Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to give you a quick update about the channel, some upcoming things, and the new schedule I came up with based on talking to some people and some of the things that have been said to me about the channel. But before we get started with that, please like, subscribe. Let's get some good comments going. And like I said, everything I'm changing is based on critiques I've had from people I have some faith in, friends, my nephew. And if you dislike what I have to say, go ahead and hit dislike and tell me why in the comments, and we get some discussion going about that. But the upcoming changes to the channel, and this is based on a lot of comments I've gotten, is what it's going to go to is 2 current events updates a week and 1 longer form video that I'm going to drop every Tuesday. And it's dropping on Tuesday based on analytics and when I get the most views and when the people are most apt to watch, because Monday they're busy. Thursday, Friday, they're already thinking about the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, they're tied up with their families. So Tuesday comes out to be about the best day when it comes to analytics. So I'm going to put it out there when people have the most time to watch it. Now, the current events updates will be Sundays and Thursdays. And I know, like I said, those aren't the best times, but on Sunday I can do a roll-up from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning on the news, what we see and what's going on. Then on Thursday, I can use the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and roll that up and see what we got. And I mean, there's a lot of changes going on with the COVID relief bill and stuff like that. They're just, and as we get further in the legislative session, there's going to be more information to talk about. As we get more into the Biden administration, there'll be more to talk about. And the long form videos will be between 20 and 30 minutes. And that way I can go a little more in depth than what I've been doing. Because I realized as I was doing them, there was way more information out there than I was able to put out in the 10 to 15 minutes I was trying to keep them to. But I figure 1 long form a week, 2 updates a week that'll still be between 10 and 15 minutes is, hopefully that is the happy medium. But as I start doing this, please let me know either through your comments on YouTube or DM me on social media. My Instagram, my Twitter are posted in the description of every video, and let me know what you think. And if you have a suggestion, go ahead and tell me. If you think something sucked, just tell me it sucked. It doesn't mean you don't like what I'm putting out. It just means that video wasn't very good, and I'm 100% okay with taking that critique, because the channel will never get better. And I mean, as far as the channel growth, we're coming up on 5K, which I thank you for, because that is you subscribing, you sharing with your friends and family, and them deciding to subscribe. You're the reason the channel is growing. I'm also going to try to get it more into editing with some suggestions I've had, especially from my nephew, about how to do things, what may keep a little more attention, make it more interesting, and make it easier to understand some of the stuff I talk about, or for you to go back and do your own research based on the stuff I talk about. And that's a great idea. Right now I'm working on some collaborations in reference to criminal justice reform, especially where it concerns treatment courts and sentencing, as well as some veterans issues with a veteran that has gone through some really tough times but has come out on top. And I just think it'll be great to go through that stuff. So if you have ideas on collaborations, let me know. I'm all about doing that, because that'll help the channel grow, and it'll bring attention to things that are very important to me and to the world. Like I said, I'm working on a video about human trafficking, but honestly, it's a very sensitive subject, so you have to be careful what words you use because of the YouTube algorithms. It's also a subject where I can easily go on a rant, because it's very serious. There are a lot of victims involved, and I want to respect what they've been through, but I want the information to be out there so that this large silent majority understands what's going on and the importance of trying to fight it. There's so many things going on in the world. I mean, you got the COVID bill, you got censorship and banning books is rearing its ugly head. I mean, come on. The Muppets, Dr. Seuss, Mr. Potato Head. Maybe I'll find some pictures of me when I was a baby and you can look at them and see I was truly a walking Mr. Potato Head, but these things are now racist or transphobic, or, I mean, that's the world we're living in now. There's so many important things that we can be dealing with. And that's why I'm going to go back to bringing up censorship and banning books and In fact, I just found out over the last week that there's still schools that To Kill a Mockingbird is banned in. Now, the high school I went to, freshman English, we actually went over To Kill a Mockingbird and we did an essay on it, and because I think it's a very important piece of literature, but it just goes back to when they banned Huck Finn or all these other books. Why? We're banning books instead of having legitimate discussions about what's going on. That's what this channel is for, is legitimate discussions. Whether you agree with me or not, I will tell you now. I didn't agree 100% with the last administration. I didn't agree 100% with the administration before that. And I won't 100% agree with this administration. And I'll talk about why on here. And you can agree with me or disagree with me. But I want you to stop and think about it. I'm not really taking sides in this. And as you go through my videos, in all reality, politically, I'm a libertarian-leaning independent. I can't buy into any party completely because I think they're both full of shit. And any politician that's been in the game for longer than 20 years, say, is completely full of shit and they're out for themselves. And Bernie Sanders is a great example. He's a socialist that fights for the people. Well, Bernie, if you're fighting for the people now that you're a millionaire, how about you give that away? I'll take some of it. I'm not a millionaire. Think about how much good you could do with the money you have or by selling 2 of your 3 homes. That's the hypocrisy I want to point out. The fact that we have the most corporatist president in the history of our country. He's sold out so far that he can never buy his soul back. But he's supposed to look out for the working man. Well, ask the pipefitters union about him looking out for the working man. But he's going to create strong union jobs. I just don't know where he's going to create them at. Maybe inside the prison industrial complex. Because, yes, he did author the crime bill in the 90s. So, yes, we're changing the format, so 3 videos a week. Short form on Sunday, long form on Tuesday, short form again on Thursday. I'm going to work on some more editing stuff to try to keep your attention a little bit better, maybe explain stuff a little bit better. Upcoming collaborations, talking about criminal justice reform and veterans issues, but there's another part of this that's really interesting to me, and I love watching the videos on them, and I dealt with them as a corrections officer a couple times, is sovereign citizens. If you really want to be entertained and you want to watch nonsense, watch some videos about sovereign citizens, because they're curious at best. But that's the stuff we're working on and it's coming up. As far as people who have joined my channels or joined my Patreon, yes, I'm going to start doing daily stuff for my members and daily stuff on Patreon. Just fairly short videos, but it's also trying to pique interest in certain subjects or getting feedback from you on what subjects you want to see me make videos about. With that being said, like, subscribe, comment. If you don't like what I'm saying, go ahead and hit dislike and tell me why in the comments. We'll have a discussion about it. You may change my mind, but keep in mind, I can change yours too.